The thing that pops through my head all the time when I see an advisor struggle is, yes, know the scripts, but master the situation. And by that I mean, be comfortable with who you are and feel your way through the room. People don't react to a script, to a saying, to an objection that you've heard and read and studied. You need to be there and you need to listen. So yes, scripts do help us kind of give us a formula or a format or a foundation. But when you master the situation, when you feel your way through the room, you are able to react in the exact way that you needed to at that time. Let that answer the question or ask for more information or permission to ask for more information. So this is what I mean by know the scripts, but master the situation, because that will take you further and farther than anything else. So how do you master the situation? Especially when you're first starting out. You're scared, you're afraid, you're nervous. Am I going to say the right thing? The sale means a lot, right? So to master the situation, this is really the true importance of going back to all those other pieces that I talk about. Your unique value proposition, your pillars and intentions, looking at all those other pieces, studying and knowing and living, this is your foundation. And by knowing and living your foundation, you're able to master the situation a lot better. And you're gonna screw up and you're gonna have some bumps. And that truly is important because without the knows, you're never gonna know how to get better. You are never gonna know or understand, again, who really is your ideal true client. So starting out in the beginning, it's not about the mastery of the situation itself. It's living through towards mastery. We think we need to show up as the expert all the time, that we have to have the answer all the time, that it's expected of us to have the answer all the time. Look at any doctor you go to. Do they have the right answer all the time? They don't. They look, they do tests, they ask more questions, they consult with other experts, right? And you don't think any less of them. You actually feel better when you know that that expert in the room says, I don't know the answer to this. And they gather more information and they gather more data. And you're able to have an upfront conversation from a place of competence. So it is truly important to kind of go into this whole process. We all love the big whale cases. We all love doing business with the business owners, right? And we dream of that really big premium. I've sat down in so many large cases with very, very large families, billionaires. And I will say to you, when I was watching this advisor showing up in a way, all they could think about was, how do I show up? I gotta be an expert, they're smarter than me, whatever it may be. And then I kind of grabbed her hand and I just gave her a smile. And that was the indication of me helping her out. And it was just a couple of conversations and questions that we had. And all it was about of knowing your way and feeling your way through the room, they were feeling sold. And it's not about a big plan or a large case or large coverage. Sometimes they just want something to protect their legacy at that time. That's all it's about. So when you find out, again, what their definition and their face of legacy is and how to protect that and speak to that in the right way and meet them where they're at. The most common mistake I see advisors make of knowing the scripts and mastering the situation is that they're so afraid to do the big work, is what I call it. Because it is really big work. It's very easy to go memorize someone else's script, but giving yourself permission to sit in the calm, find out who you are, being vulnerable enough to actually be okay with that, to have these real one-on-one conversations with, again, that human being that is there to protect their legacy with you. Their kids, their family name, their crazy will that they have and their wishes. My goodness, like that's very intimate things. So you need to be intimate, vulnerable, calm, and have your own language in your dialogue When you see the big icons on stage, they're there for a reason. They're impacting you, not your clients. They're motivating you. So don't repeat that same thing that you hear on stage. Find your voice, find your language, so you can, again, relate with those people that are trusting you with the most precious thing, and that's your family and your legacy.